Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of FitzRupee Cast featuring Dawn of War 2 Retribution. Today we've got Tex with us once again. Welcome back, Tex.
Hey man, good to have you back. Good to be back, and I'm not whispering this time.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to give you a weekly segment. We'll have like Texaneous Tuesdays or something like that.
Oh no, hey, that ain't happening, man. First off, it's corny, and secondly, it ain't happening. It's just, I'll just hit you up when I can, and we'll do this. And the wife's at the gym, so go, come on.
All right. Well, we've got an awesome game here. Apparently, Tex just messaged me out of the blue and is ready and raring to cast this game. Apparently, some epic things happen and big plays all over the place. So let's go ahead and get rolling. Force Commander on Farseer. We're at 5 seconds. I'll count us down. 3, 2, 1, go. We're at 6, 7, 8.
Perfect. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So, what do you think going in against the Farseer? What's your plan right out of the gate here?
Well, actually, I had no idea I was against the Farseer to begin, because I play random these days. So I random Force Commander. I generally don't like to play Force Commander against Eldar. The way I play him, I was playing all Power Sword for a while, and it's just, I like to do my little themes, but this time around I was thinking, man, you know what? I remember the last time I played Vindicare, he said, you know what? You play Force Commander and then tell me how you feel about it. I'm like, I have been forever, power sorting people to death. He's like, well, you use Storm Shield, Alacrity, and the Banner in one game, and I'll eat my hat. And I was like, okay, but I didn't use Alacrity this game. But honestly, I took that and it clicked as soon as I got Force Commander. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. So, this whole game I was thinking, what's the best way to use a Storm Shield, a Banner, and just largely underused items for the Force Commander in this game. I mean, at least with the Power Sword, you can beat people up in melee, right? But I don't know. I was really expecting to get Bansheed. Like Force Commander he struggles so much against Banshees early on without scout shotguns, and that requires 3 squads in one spot, and that's the big problem, especially on a big map like this. With Eldars, they'll out-map control you then, right? And
definitely.
I wasn't sure if I was going to face a Warp Spider or whatever, but when Banshees can simply just run in and beat the crap out of your tax, and if they have that upgrade, that's it. Like, it doesn't matter if you use Battle Cry, they're still going to beat the tax. All they have to do is kill one tack, and it's worth it. So, yeah, definitely not a good matchup. Eldar versus Space Marine I do not enjoy this matchup at all, but this ended up being pretty epic, so I enjoyed this one, obviously.
Alright, so second tack coming onto the field. Your backline's getting decaled quite a bit by that roaming Guardian squad there in the back.
Yeah, and I sort of was thinking, if I go 2 scouts early, his Guardian... I sort of had a feeling I was going to see Guardian, Banshee Guardian, and I didn't see the Banshee, so I knew I was looking at 2 Guardians, so sending my other tack this way was perfect, because Guardians can't do anything against tacks until they get upgrades. But you'll find that this USSR guy, he does a great job with Guardian shields this game, actually. He really forces me, like, I can't just bully his Guardians around with my tacks like you normally can, because he's using those shields a lot, and he ends up trying to trap me here. He thinks,
yeah, your tacks are in a bit of trouble, it looks like.
I knew it was up, man. I wasn't falling for that shit. Oops, shouldn't swear.
Just trying to lure that grenade out. Stick around a little long, that way you can't force the retreat path. Easy shot there.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I don't know why he didn't just go north and keep shooting at them, but that big pillar right there with the shuriken shooting at, you can actually hide behind that. And that's what I was sort of hoping for, and I think that's why he threw the grenade, because he knew I was going to hide and get unsuppressed. But anyway, at this point, I remember seeing a replay with Niam, and he used scouts with the Storm Shield to counteract shurikens, where the scouts would just shotgun the shuriken out of placement or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just get 2 scout sergeants and the Storm Shield in Tier 1. That's only 75 power, that's not bad. And then I should be able to counter all this range jazz. But then you look at his Farseer, and she's got hardcore model killing gear on. I'm like, oh my god, I hate dealing with that. So
between the Doombringer and of course the Ghost Helm.
Yeah, I think that's
dropping tacks left and right.
Yeah, I think it's 375 damage if you combo it. So it's pretty savage. I mean, she can basically drop sergeants. Yeah, which I think she ends up doing a lot, but I can't remember entirely. Oh shoot! Oh crap! Okay, pause your game for like 2 seconds. I'm at 358, 359, 4 minutes, 401, 402, 403.
There we go. All right.
We're good?
Okay.
Damn it. I have to resist the urge to press Shift-Tab. Oh my god, why did I do that? Anyway.
No problem, no problem. We're going.
We're
Force Commander's chasing down the Farseer,
yeah.
and she's got a lot of range firepower behind
Oh yeah,
her.
and you know, I get such a lucky special attack here. She wanted to sneak a model kill, she got it, but now she's going to pay for it.
Oh, she's got 30 HP. You're going to get her right
yeah.
here. 2. Oh,
away.
and there it goes.
You ain't getting away. Got my whole
No, I mean,
firing
2
squad
squads attacks and 2 scouts with Sarges is quite a bit of firepower.
It is,
here
man.
comes the storage
Especially when you
shield
add
now.
the banner to that mix. I can't wait to get to the banner. Like seriously, my favorite unit. I don't know. I love all walkers, but I mean, I'm really liking Chaos and Space Marine Dreadnoughts. And
Oh, Dreadnoughts
so
are my favorite. There.
yeah, and I mean, I've been using them a lot, but I was so tempted to just save up and get one this game, but I find Dreadnoughts don't do that well against Eldar. So I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna stick with this banner thing, I might as well have a bunch of infantry that are benefiting from this. And yeah, so I went basically full out infantry, and it's wild. Oh, here's gonna be a nice little retreat grenade. I could have done a lot better, but look at how Guardians spread out when they retreat. It's like it's almost not even fair how nicely they spread out.
Yeah, they tend to not bunch up like other squads for some reason.
Yeah.
So now that I guess he's identified your ranged build and is going for a double shuriken, knowing that you don't have assaults or anything on the field, or you're just gonna have to go heavy tier 1.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I just walk right through that. Storm Shield has its uses, my friend. Yeah, I'm liking the double tax. It's good. You don't need to get a flamer or whatever to bring down buildings because you got 150 DPS right there. But no, I knew I was going to get beat to tier 2, even though I spent probably less power. I spent way less power actually. But yeah, that's the nature of the beast. When you go with when you go with double tack, you're always going to lose the race to tier 2. So I was sort of thinking, like, I wasn't sure if he was gonna go with the Falcon, because I mean with two Guardians you could really work the Falcon against this. I mean, I've already invested in wargear for my Force Commander, so it's odds are I'm not gonna go for Power Fist or something like that, right? And he's got the Shurikens to back it up. So I was actually kind of thinking he's gonna make me spend the 160 rec, the 80 power early on in tier 2 to counteract the Falcon, which I really didn't want to do because those rocket launchers suck, man. They're they're pretty bad. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah, I mean, once if you can get the shots on the vehicle after that, then just all you did was take away your DPS of that one model because that rocket's never really going to hit anything as far as infantry.
Yeah, I mean, well, except for the last game that we casted where
where Plague Marine's got a double shot right on your...
He hit a 1 in 400. But I mean, when am I ever going to get 1 over 20 even? But that's besides the point. Point is, rocket launcher sucks. It is way too expensive. And like, what's your take? Do you think they made it that expensive simply because you can swap weapons?
I don't think so, because that was a later change. When the tax came in, we're able to change weapon. Rocket launcher was always that expensive, and that was long before they made tax able to switch their weapons out way back in the day.
Which is just, it's wild. I mean, a war truck costs... When you need 2 rocket launchers to effectively counter a war truck, and 2 rocket launchers cost more than a war truck. It's like, I'm an orc guy and I'm saying this. I mean, this is it's one of the most stupidly priced weapons ever, especially since tacs are so feeble compared to other, stand and fire kind of squads. The tacs cannot force off banshees for shit. And it's I don't know. I just find that price to be so stupid. It completely eliminates the effectiveness of the launcher. And then they make the las cannon just so ridiculous powerful. Okay, anyway, check out the middle. This is where my Force Commander gets crazy.
All right, he's taking a lot of damage right here at 130 health.
Okay, we're at 0 health almost.
30 HP right now. Another special attack.
He's gonna take it in the face, not die. Okay.
1 HP.
Seriously. When
Wait,
do you
what's
die?
going...
Look at that. Oh, there it is.
Finally falls after taking out the Farseer and scaring off the
Does that not make you want to just yell, "I will not fall"? Like, oh man, that was just crazy. I couldn't believe it. Obviously, USSR he was flabbergasted. He could not believe that a 1 hit point commander forced off a shuriken cannon and killed his Farseer. I was pretty inspired at this point.
No, I would have been baffled as well in that situation. You see that Force Commander charging your shuriken with 100 HP, and you say, he's going down, no problem. And then, before you know it, like you said, he's forced your squad off, killed your hero, and you're just sitting there scratching your head.
Well, yeah, I mean, and he used Doom and Mind War, and I just used the Storm Shield to sort of bear through that, and just
Does
went
the Storm Shield reduce Mind War damage?
I think it does because it reduces grenade damage as well, and also relieved me of the suppression that it supplied. So that was good stuff.
Oh man, Tex take out the Warlock in melee.
I know, how embarrassing.
That's a big problem with them though, is that Warlock is so vulnerable.
Yeah,
it's so
and it hurts. I think it's almost too vulnerable. I mean, Wraithguard are way better now that they can use gates and buildings. So I wouldn't want to suggest that they would receive any further change in, let's say, Kael'thas's mod. But that Warlock is just so weak. He should be at the back of their formation, and he's right at the front.
Yeah, I mean, I always just hit him with high-powered shot as a Tech Marine and drop him with a couple quick bolter shots. Yeah,
and he's popped, and then it does pretty good damage to the squad too when the Warlock goes down. So anyway, I saw the Wraithguard, and this is how I used to play Farseer. Like I went 20-game win streak with Farseer when I first tried her out, and this is how I used to play her against Space Marine. And so it was I saw the 2 shurikens, and I saw the Wraithguard, and I knew he's probably going to follow it up with just another one because they're so good at spearheading assaults because they're super heavy infantry. So I knew I pretty much at this point needed assault marines as well, and I made this mistake of getting the Melt Bomb, thinking, "Ooh, I got to finally get a chance to use the flashbang." But what a waste of 30 power and whatever. But anyway, it works out later on. But yeah, no, I knew I was going to need something to get in there and mess up the shuriken so I could just shoot down the Wraithguard because they're really hard to deal with when there's 2 squads, and then plus the Farseer to suppress whatever jumps in. And here's you can on the left VP you can see this is the result of having a child running around your legs is you don't even notice your assault marines getting shot up and losing a 100 what does it call it costs 83 and 8. I mean that's just crazy to just lose that to Guardians. It's embarrassing almost, but anyway, that's what makes this game fun too. I think is the fact that we both didn't play perfect, but we both played really well.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's always what people are wanting to see is just at least some sort of high caliber play. And when you see the different builds changing up like this, it always makes the games more interesting. I mean, you have no vehicles on the field. You've just got piles of just, Space Marine meat on the field right now. There's just so much to cut through, especially once you get your buffs going up. I mean, once you hit that Storm Shield.
I'm just looking at it like, this is awesome. But you know what? I think that's also the beauty of this game is this is two unorthodox builds. This isn't how normal Farseers play, and this isn't how normal Space Marines play. I mean, not once did I even think about getting the Thunderhammer. So, it really made this game a lot more fun too. And here's the Storm Shield, where I can hang in those battles, and I know that I'm gonna win them, simply because I can just flick it on just once, and I'm suppression immune.
Yeah, I mean, and just the range damage reduction in general is so huge.
Oh yeah, I mean, what does he take passively? He takes 20% less, and then when you turn it on, he takes 50% less. It's just you're taking off 1s and 2s instead of 10s and 20s. So it's pretty wild stuff. Oh man!
Oh, there goes a nice volley though, right in the middle of that pile of attacks.
I was looking at my scouts, I think, and I was like, oh my god! But I actually managed to get out of that without losing any models, which is sweet because wreck is hard to come by at this stage of the game when you got so much upkeep. And I mean, at this point, I was already looking at, wow, okay, I got the power, so I don't need to buy power ever again. But I just really need to pile up some wreck because assault Terminators are just so hard for Elder to deal with. So that was my eventual goal.
Yeah, I mean, right now you're getting over 100 wreck less per minute than USSR is.
And he's got 6 squads. That makes me feel pretty great. But whatever, I don't know. I'm dealing with it for now. But you can see it's starting to pile up. I mean, the map's turning blue. He's even got VPs in his favor. Or, well, they will be going in his favor. He's got the tide turn now, and it's just, yeah, I'm starting to lose control of the game here and getting a little sloppy, I think. But it's also his Farseer really just dropping models and making me pay for it. It's really, really annoying, and I think that's a lesson some Farseers could learn is you can really slow down a Space Marine's tech just by ensuring that you drop models. If you're taking down models, I mean, even a scout is 35 wreck. There's nothing really cheap to reinforce in the Space Marine side, so I think that's something a lot of people could, if they're not playing Farseer, they could give it a try, and that is because there's so many Space Marine players out there right now. So I think that's something that could lure you in. Look at this huge blob of steel on the far right VP. That Farseer's going down, man.
I don't even know why she was sticking around there.
Oh, she should have. Well, I'm sure he just probably forgot. But you know, and then the Autar call in, but you aren't fooling anybody with it. He probably could have waited a little while, and then I might have looked away. That's something you might want to do, is just wait till the VP's half captured, and then drop the Autar before you lose sight.
Yeah, any of those kind of little sneaky maneuvers you want to do after the squad's been capping for a little bit, because that's generally when people look away. If you want to get the stealth scout grenade or something like that, and
yeah, and the other thing you can do too is just cause some ruckus on the other side of the map. I mean, I really learned that from StarCraft when I played that. Was just you know, I don't know, most of the better players, when they want to do a transport drop in the back of the base or whatever, that kind of thing, they're, you know, like, they're busy stirring it up at the front line, get the guy's eyes on his big army, and then do the stuff with the small army. And it's the same concept, right? It's the art of distraction. So
yeah, I mean, you just want to try to divide your opponent's micro as much as you can, and really at least force some sort of loss on one side or the other. You can start up a dual engagement or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Altark jumps in and decides that that was a bad decision.
Yeah, you know, normally she wails on Assault Marines, but with a little bit of backup, Assault Marines, because they're high melee skill, are able to stand up to her quite nicely. So that worked out pretty well. And I knew I needed to break some. I knew I needed to break the beachhead here, so I jumped the Assault Marines in, commit them to the fight. I figured I might lose a model, but I got lucky, got up with a model, and now you can see the banners in. So I've got some serious firepower happening with. And they shall know no fear. I mean, I don't even want to know how much damage, but watch this Shuriken Cannon drop, man. Oh, like,
just
that's just bolter fire.
Volleys.
See ya. That's just wild stuff. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the banner, and especially, I mean, I loved comboing with the power sword, but this is way more feasible with the storm shield for sure, because then you can counter all that annoying stuff in tier 1.
Yeah, I mean, the Storm Shield really just forces you to play a different game against the Force Commander, because you can't really just lock... I mean, even with a double tack build, the default response, I mean, USSR built the right thing against double tacks, get a couple Shuriken Cannons, but you just completely throw that on his heels and negate it. Yeah,
and I think the only other... I mean, he could have tried Rangers, but I don't know if Rangers would have worked too well either, because it's not like I'm a new... you know, like a new guy using the Storm Shield where I'm just going to leave it on. If I see Rangers, I'm just going to use tap. I'm going to count it out between the shots, and I'm just going to tap it on, tap it off when, you know, when the Ranger shots are on their intervals. And that reduces the effectiveness of Rangers so much, because he's only going to be able to get 2, maybe 3 shots off in the time where I'm marching forward shooting stuff. And that also eliminates his control. He's going to have 0 control over my units, because he has no suppression. So in the end, I mean, if I play it right, it shouldn't matter if he uses Storm Shield or Shurikens or Rangers. I should be able to counter both.
Yeah, I saw you actually, if people were paying attention, you actually just did do the tap there when the Wraith Guards fired a volley into the Assault Marines. You tapped it on, they took a couple shots, and then you switched it back off.
Yeah, and that, you know, that's just the awareness kind of thing with certain skills and certain items. You just got to know how to use them right. And I know it's just another item like that is too, like the Cloak of Shadows and the Warlock. Like, if you know how to use that thing right, it is so lethal. People say it sucks. It's amazing. It's an absolutely amazing item. So I don't know. I think Storm Shield is well worth the money.
So, Mr. USSRAZ grabbed himself a Wraith Lord, kind of just hanging out in front of your base right now, maybe trying to just lock you back for a little while. Looks like he's just going for the kamikaze run right now.
Yeah, he might have just been taking a peek because he knows I don't have any hard AV just to melt a bomb. But I'm sure he's thinking, oh, he's switching to Power Fist right now. And I was thinking, no, I'm going to wait another 150 rec and get some Assault Terminators. But it's so hard to come by. I mean, look at my rec income. It's like I can count as fast as my rec is going up. Is so slow. And I mean, he now has, what does he have? He has 6 squads and a Wraith Lord, and he still has higher income than I have. So this is painstaking, and I'm seeing my VPs drop here. I knew I needed to make some kind of stand right away. And you can see the Guardians, when they get that Warlock leader, like, my scouts are just crap. They can't do anything against these Guardians. And not to say I'm paying too much attention to my scouts, but still, that's the hard part on these bigger maps is countering Guardians after tier 2 if you haven't bled them hard in tier 1. And I think that's why a lot of people get Assault Marines in tier 1 because they're so good at knocking off Guardian models. But I don't know. I guess that's just not the way I like to roll.
Here comes the drop-in right here.
Oh yeah, there we go. There's my boys.
Oh my goodness! Wail away with those Thunder Hammers.
They're so powerful. It's scary. 5,400 hit points. I'm not, you know, like I'm not gonna say I'm
tactical Marines getting special attack after
I
special
know.
attack
I was
on
like,
that
are you
Autarch.
serious? But they're level 3, right? And the Sergeant starts with 70 melee skill. So level 3, I guess he's got 73 melee skill, and that Autarch is level 1. Yeah, so she can't actually melee special against him.
Yeah, I mean, just having that extra level or two makes a lot more difference than people tend to realize.
Oh yeah,
things like melee skill and that extra HP.
Yeah, saves you from those awkward situations where you're getting special attacked and you didn't think you would or whatever.
Oh, these Guardians in a tight spot.
I know, and I didn't even grenade him. I was just like, screw it, just cap. I knew a big battle was coming in the middle. I was like, I don't know, whatever. I'm
thinking ahead.
But like, look at this blob, man. When do you see this? I was just desperately trying to get my Force Commander over there because I wanted to get some buffs going on. I got the missile launchers, and I knew these guys needed to commit, so there was no retreating from this battle. It didn't matter if I was losing TAC models, whatever. I knew that now that I teleported my Terminators, I had to stick in it the entire way.
Not that it even mattered, because...
Oh, they just tore it up, man. It worked out nicely, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people... because with Assault Terminators, you want to teleport forward, so you get them into combat right away, but... you know, a lot of people don't commit to the battle. You got to fully commit if you've used up that teleport if you don't have a Librarian.
Yeah, I mean, you either need to keep to using that defensively, or just, like you said, be ready to back them up once they get in, because otherwise you're going to lose them. And if you lose something that costly at this stage in the game, it can easily cost you the game, especially against Eldar, who will take advantage of that quick lack of map control and just steal it right out from under you.
Exactly, and USSR made a huge mistake. Look at
those two rockets just doing...
Yeah, he made a huge mistake bringing his Wraith Lord to this battle. He saw me walk past his generators, and he thought he was going to ambush me with his entire force here, but I was committing to kill the Wraith Lord because I needed to make those rocket launchers pay off. And with my Assault Terminators around and just both TAC squads, I knew he wasn't getting out of there.
And he didn't even stand a chance. Grenades are going down, trying to do something, but they're really
well, look at my Force Commander's hit points. You think he cares about grenades? Look at that. I had the chance to... Oh, I got the Autarch with my scouts. That must... that's nice. That's a nice little perk of the big battle is, you know, if you have the time to focus on a couple little small things, you can see that he completely neglected that and didn't get to that. Oh, crap. It's that time, man. My wife's home.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. We got 4 minutes left. She'll be all right.
We can finish this one out.
Yeah. You might hear some screaming baby, but that's just the way it's gonna be. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm thinking, you know, I probably have this game won, but it's still, you know, with an well, I guess I took out his Autarch, but with all these forces, he still could get one lucky engagement and put me through.
Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, when the VPs are this tight against Eldar late game, I mean, there's always the chance that just one or two quick slip-ups and then the map's gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they're so fast they can get anywhere on the map that they want to. And she's got those gates too, right? So.
Now, do you feel like if she had gone for a Banshee build, you would have been in more trouble?
I don't think I would have won. If USSR went for a Banshee build, I don't think I would have won. It's just, it's too... As much as I have affection for the things that aren't as popular, there's a reason why they are, and I mean, dealing with Banshees is a headache as it is. Oh, and we got Seer Council now, so he's got his actual counter for my Terminators, but you'll see eventually I'll know when it's time to commit, and that's when I'll go for a Lightning Claw.
Yeah, I mean, with the 2 shotgun scouts, you can keep the Seer Council on its back for a couple times, and...
Yeah, and I mean, now, I don't know why I didn't make the realization sooner. I should have just got the Lightning Claw right now, because I mean, that's 600 rec or whatever, right? So I should have just committed to it now, but after a while I realized, oh, I guess a Fire Prism isn't coming, so I can switch over their hammers to Lightning Claws. But no, that's a mistake of mine right there. You gotta pay attention to that kind of thing. If you just see that, you know that he just dropped 600 rec, and with the amount of upkeep, you're not gonna make that back anytime soon.
So Wraithguard's trying to get in some quick volleys, try to willow you down a little bit before the main engagement.
Yeah, and I'm not backing down.
Farseer's trying to get in position. Both of you just kind of aware that both of you have powerful armies and kind of just trying to position correctly right now.
Yeah, and right now it's all about the VPs. Who cares about the rest of the map? He's off capping somewhere. I could care less about that. It's all about the big battle right now.
So just a big push coming in here. The Salt Terminator's moving in. Everything's intimidated. Really trying to fall back, and USSR's waiting to get his full force together.
Yeah, and I'm pretty wary about that Seer Council, because a guide on them or a Doom on my Terminators, I mean, they could bring them down pretty quick. So
yeah, they're already pretty beat up, and you haven't had a chance to send them back to base because you don't have a Librarian on the field.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sending them back to base. They're either dying or they're winning.
Right. I mean, you can just see the Farseer and the Seer Council over on the left side just trying to poke and prod and find the right angle to get in on those Terminators.
And that's why I was keeping my scouts there, because I knew I'm gonna. Oh, there it is. I committed them, and I knew the Lightning Claws were in. So this is the big Lebowski right here. But I mean, look at those claws, just ripping it up, man.
Oh my goodness, brutal.
Yeah, but that's okay. I got Battle Cry to keep my Force Commander in it with the Seer Council. He's doomed. He's everything. But like,
again, we're just seeing that Force Commander tank through everything.
Oh, I know. He's such a hero.
Like, look at Yikes, Terminators in the back.
Look at his hit points. So low, so low. You think he's done yet? Not a chance. Just wait. There it is. He ain't done yet. Bam! You're done. Okay, one more. Look at this.
Oh, that poor Altar trying to come in and make a difference here. Her Farseer is already fallen. She's desperately swinging away at the Force Commander.
Yeah.
And Force Commander,
I know. The guy's
starting that at 100 health and leaving with 50, so just didn't even...
And you could see he's just exasperated at that point. He couldn't believe that actually just happened. So, yeah, this one goes out to all the FC players for sure.
So there you go. Check out the Storm Shield next time you're facing off against a heavy ranged force. Give the Thunderhammer a rest once in a while. You know.
Yeah,
sometimes the Tech Marine needs to work on it. Thunderhammer gets cracked on an Orc skull, and you need to fix it up.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta wipe the blood off for sure. So anyway, there it is. That's the game I was really excited about, and glad I could share it with you guys. And I really gotta go now.
All right, Tex. Thanks for coming out.
All right, man.
And I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.